What would you do if you discovered your own brother was secretly destroying your family business, and dragging your father down with him? I never expected to face that choice, but when I uncovered the truth, it nearly tore everything apart. My name's Alex. On paper, I had it all together, 28 years old, working a solid career as a financial analyst in New York. But my heart never left home, where my father built a thriving auto parts business from the ground up. At family dinners, I'd offer to help with the company books. "I do this for a living, Dad. Let me help." But he always brushed me off. "Your brother's got it handled. Focus on your own career." The problem? My brother Mark didn't exactly have a great track record. Failed startups, bad investments, and yet, in my dad's eyes, he could do no wrong. That night, though, I noticed something different. Dad's hands shook as he held his fork. He looked exhausted. Something was wrong, and I wasn't about to ignore it. A few days later, my best friend Lisa, who happens to be a corporate lawyer, called me. "Alex, those contracts you flagged? They're off. Really off." That was enough for me to start digging. When I visited the flagship store, the longtime manager pulled me aside. "Your brother's been meeting with people after hours. And trust me, they're not here for spark plugs." Then came Helen, Mark's wife, strutting in with jewelry that screamed money. The way she smirked at me told me everything I needed to know. Something shady was funding their lifestyle. The first red flag I uncovered. 3 delivery trucks, gone. No paperwork, no explanation. Then one night, as I walked past Dad's office, I heard shouting. "Where's the rest of it, Mark? They won't wait forever." Dad's voice cracked with panic. "I'll fix it, just stop worrying." Mark snapped. I froze outside the door. My father looked like the weight of the world was crushing him, while Mark paced the floor like a man cornered. The more I uncovered, the worse it got. Fake invoices. Bank withdrawals in the tens of thousands. Lisa traced the money trail, and it all led to one thing: gambling debts. Huge ones. My brother was bleeding the business dry to pay off his addiction. And it didn't stop there. Helen had secret offshore accounts, hidden assets. It was a web of lies. When I confronted Dad, he broke. His voice shook as he admitted the truth. "Alex, they threatened to hurt you if I didn't help cover Mark's debts. He owes $2 million. $2 million. Things hit boiling point when Mark stormed into the office, furious that I had been digging. "You've ruined everything. You don't understand what's at stake." I stood my ground. "No, Mark. I understand perfectly. You'd rather risk our family's safety than face your own failures." That's when Dad finally stepped between us. For the first time, his voice was steady. "Touch him, Mark, and I'll call them myself. It's over." Mark's face twisted in rage as he stormed out to meet the very people he was indebted to. I knew then it was time to push back. Quietly, Lisa and I gathered everything: fake invoices, offshore accounts, hidden income. With one anonymous email, we tipped off the right people. 3 days later, Helen's world collapsed, her accounts frozen, her jewelry and cars seized. She turned on Mark instantly. "I want a divorce." Then came the IRS. Fraud investigators. It was over. A week later, over coffee, Lisa told me the news. "Your brother's going away for a long time. Tax evasion. It's always the thing that gets them." Meanwhile, Dad signed over partial ownership to Mike, the loyal manager who had been by his side for decades. For the first time in years, I saw relief in his eyes. "I should have trusted you from the start, Alex. You saved us." Mark tried calling me from jail, begging for forgiveness. I didn't answer. Some bridges aren't worth rebuilding. Months later, the business was thriving again. Dad and I stood outside the renovated flagship store, our family name shining bright on the new sign. He clapped a hand on my shoulder. "Your mother would have been proud. You've got her strength." And as I looked at the future we were building, clean, honest, and finally free of lies, I realized something. Sometimes karma doesn't work on its own. Sometimes, you have to give it a little push. So tell me, if you uncovered your sibling hiding crimes that threatened your entire family, would you expose them immediately, or try to keep it quiet? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if this story of betrayal and justice struck a chord with you, hit subscribe for more powerful stories every week about survival, resilience, and the kind of justice life doesn't always hand out on its own.